used a quarter of because I need to prepare for a call on the hour at 4 o'clock. So I will stay with all of you because I think the initiative is wonderful, what you have done, Natalia. And I could not miss it. So try to push the next meeting as long as further as I could. Okay, CEO Clubs Greece, it was founded as a part of CEO Clubs International, which based in US. So we got the rights to run this club 11 years ago, and it operates beautifully. We have 150 members. It's a very reputable club here in Greece, and we founded with Sotiris CEO Clubs Bucharest, yes, in 8 years ago. So this is an international organization. While the Directors Club was founded a year ago, it was an initiative from me because CEO Club members wanted something that for their directors, a platform for their directors. So this is a local initiative, and I believe the same is with Sotiris, but Sotiris can tell you. Very reputable CEO clubs and directors clubs, let's call it YDC, so for abbreviation. It covers a need that doesn't exist in Greece. So there is nothing lateral for directors. And even CEO clubs covers a need that didn't exist in Greece. There are associations, it's the YPO, but it's a very elite and excludes many members and things like that. I wanted to open a club which was more open to learning and making friends while doing business, and I think we have managed this. It's doing well, even in this hard year of coronavirus. We seem to be doing well, and because we continue having events. Events is the most important thing to do in a club, so people can be together and share and learn. And now we do hybrid events. You know, some are on the forums are live streamed from a studio or from a hotel room, and we use a platform. But also, now that the weather was good, the small circles, as we say, with 40, 50 members, we do it outside with masks and everything. So things are doing well. We seem to attract even now members because people do need to get into peer networks more than ever. McKinsey, I encourage you to read the McKinsey report on CEO Moment, which says that peer networks are very important for CEOs nowadays. It's becoming more important than ever. So I believe that both clubs are doing well, and they will be doing well. Obviously,
what type of events? You mentioned, Georgia, that you have a number of events in spite of everything. What is the agenda of these events? What do you discuss? What are the topics? Are they educational events?
It could be, now we do a lot of sharing, like we change the themes, and we think that people have the need to learn from other members what they're doing right on matters of organizational agility, of people engagement, and also personal resilience. So we turned all our monthly events into sharing. Before the coronavirus, it could be a theme on leadership, it could be a theme on organizational matters that we could bring somebody from abroad and speak, and then we do roundtable discussions, and we come out with the wisdom from our members. So it was a mix of events, of speakers, local or foreign speakers on some matters which are very important and burning for our members, or experiences from our members. And there are two forums, which are big forums, and they extend to their teams and some visitors from outside. And then the rest of the months we do the circles, as we say, which are smaller events, and they're done with 40, 50 people.
I see. Thank you,
And we have some
Georgia.
social events, obviously, yeah, which now they're very few.
I know. We will listen to other presidents of other clubs, and then we will come to discuss what type of events were successful with your experience, what else we can do, and as you say, exchange of experience. What your members do, we need to do between us, the leaders of the business clubs, to exchange what works, what doesn't at the current circumstances. Thank you, Georgia. Satiris. On my screen, you are the next one when I see all videos. So could you tell us a little bit about Bucharest, Romania, about activities of this club there, and in general about what you do?
First of all, I'm always next to Georgia. So, you know, there is this, even on screens, we are next to each other. Okay, so yeah, I started, as Georgia said, I started working in the Greek club that Georgia founded. After 2 years, I came to Bucharest, where we founded this one, and we also have 155 members currently. And for us, it's a target not to grow this number. We have been 155 for quite some time now. And in 2014, we also launched another club, which is called Executive Club today. And there we have another 120 CEO, another 120 executives like YDC. And 2 years ago, we also launched Cluj, which is another, the IT city in Romania. It's in Transylvania. It's the most vibrant town, city in terms of IT in the country.
And you established there a new organization. You have here Owners Club, or it's a branch of your executive club?
Owners is part of the, practically are the business owners of both clubs. So it's not a club itself.
I see.
It's like an umbrella, if I may say, subgroup in there. It's been, as for everybody, it's been a very interesting experience. You know, the COVID one. We switched to online immediately. I think our first online event was on the 12th of March. So we switched like instantly. The acceptance was very high. We used to have events of more than 100 participants, which, by the way, at the time, we didn't know if they were many or few, but then we realized that it was quite a high number for an online event. We started organizing, during the 2 months of the lockdown, 3 months, we organized more than 10 meetings, 10 online events with the speakers from ESA University, a friend of ours from Harvard, a coach from the States, the regional CEO of Google, Microsoft, etc., etc. So as more important people as possible. And what we also saw, and we still do today, is that people, besides the information and the knowledge, which at some point became overwhelming to them, they are looking very much into the fun part. So now, for example, we are beginning a series of online events where we have found this guy, and he's doing quizzes. So it's like a TV game. As many people can play, and you choose the topic. So the topic may be, I don't know, 80s music, or politics, or architecture, or whatever you want every time. And it's a good thing because people find 1 or 2 hours to, to blow off some steam. They have fun, they participate to something, they compete, they win, they will be winning some small, awards and presents. And it's one good way to keep the community somehow together. 2 things I would like to say here, because our events are more or less the same with Greece's, so I don't want to tire you. One highlight for me from the experience of the lockdown, probably the most important thing we did was that in these 2 months, we managed to talk and to call and discuss with each and every one of the members. I can tell you that no phone call has been less than 30 minutes in duration.
There were
That
a lot
was,
of things to discuss and
that
to
was,
brainstorm and to change,
yes.
to adjust.
And you know, Natalia, our contribution to the discussion was just, hey, how are you? Just call to see how you are. Is everything okay? That was it. And then for 28 minutes, the member was talking. It was amazing how much people wanted and still want to talk and communicate, and how grateful they felt just by, you know, because somebody just called them. That would be one. And the second thing that that was a great learning for me was the fact that when we launched our mobile application, and we renewed our websites, and we invested in a new CRM and ERP today, I had never imagined how much these tools will help us in the communication later on and in times like this. So the level of information we can extract, and the way people respond after we made their lives much easier with the online application, the mobile app, it's great. So we were lucky enough to, you know, to have prepared ourselves 1 year before for what happened now. And last but not least, it's 3 years now, 4 years that we're organizing what we call advisory boards. So we divide our members in 10 of them. We make sure that we combine people who are not competitors, or they don't have any, you know, business ties in between them. And these people, they get to meet, they have a leader, each group, and they get to meet on their own device once or twice a month. So having
But what are the subject? Advisory boards on specific subject? Because you said that they are from different industries.
First, what happens is that before the meeting, one of the members is announcing to the rest that he or she has a case that he or she would like to describe and get advice. The process of the meeting per se is that we meet. For the first 10 minutes, we do something like a check-in. So we say our news, you know, what's up, what's happening, and then the member who has taken that day is starting to present the case, or talking about a book or about a concept. Or so what I'm trying to say is that these groups, having meeting the same people for so long, they had built already a very high level of trust. So when we had to switch into the online, all they did was to switch to Zoom like we are doing now, but the relationship was there already, and the trust. So to them, it helped them a lot to continue exchanging information and you know, and experiences about how they go through this. And for us, it was great because our members are happy because they keep being in contact.
Thank you, Ceteris. When we finish, when we will finish introduction part, I will have a question to you regarding this mobile application. I don't think that every club has mobile application, so keep some information with you. We will come back to this because I think that you did a great thing if you have a mobile application for your club members. And if it, as you say, if it works, if it helps, we want to hear about it.
Gladly.
All right. So I would kindly ask Daniel to join and to tell us a little bit about his organization. So Daniel is from Spain. Daniel, are you here with us? Can you switch on your camera? Yes. Okay. Tell us a little bit about this club that it's Barcelona International Business Club.
Especially, I think, thank you for the invitation. Well, last minute invitation I have received. And happy to reunite with Georgia and Chadzikis. We were talking about some years ago about these things that now is coming through. We were talking about, well, we united after the Ukrainian club project. So the club in Barcelona. So we are struggling as all clubs. I will maybe not so beautiful things for clubs as we knew, let's say. We were gathering on also 150 members, existing 10 years. mostly presential meetings, events, and everything. And what we struggle today is especially because of course, our concept of club is the member is a decision maker of the company. So what we struggle, and I will say a little bit not so happy words, but we're struggling to deliver value today. This is, I think, it's the thing which most clubs has, because every company, every organization went digital, were online, webinars, conferences, everything was, so it is still is difficult to deliver value. And what I learned yesterday, there is no more terms like work-life balance, because this is work-life blending. So it came through everything. So these two concepts, and people, I think our members from our surveys, let's say, or our observations, are more chaotic, working more hours than before. The offer of everything is huge, and to find this, so it's our current situation, let's say, and we try to find out what value, what things, how. And I think this initiative, Natalia, and our previous initiative to be more international, I think it's now the moment to gather and explore opportunities from different sides or different worlds, and this is what we have decided to go to. That's why I accepted and very happy to participate, because I think it's a time to connect our members with the world, let's say, inaccessible until now. And this is what I wanted to present.
All right, thank you, Daniel, and thank you for supporting this initiative. I also feel, and we share this opinion, that the time came, okay, we cannot travel to each other, but somehow we need to find an electronic way to network, to help our members to know each other, at least to be informed of what is happening in our countries. Somehow the whole world, the whole business world will find a way to function. Now we feel sometimes helpless, but we will find a way, and such meetings like today's, they will help all of us to have more ideas, more food for thought. And I would like to move to our next participant, to Iveta. She is from Iveta Remakova. She's president of European Business Club. She's from Croatia. Iveta, can you hear us? Can you tell us a little bit about the club? What does it do? So switch on your camera, Iveta. Iveta. Okay, so, and I also would like to ask, yes, Iveta, somewhere here. Can you talk? Okay, no, maybe something with connection. And we also have Michael from France, who needs to switch on his camera. Iveta, so I see Iveta now, at least on my screen. Can you speak? Can you switch on your camera, your microphone? No, she's frozen. Okay, the picture is not working. And also, Michael needs to switch on your video. Okay, he was somewhere in the field with the horse. Yes. So, Michael, while we are waiting for Iveta, maybe you can switch on your microphone and tell us a little bit about your club. Michael Sawyer, co-chairman and co-president of Go East Business Club from France and Switzerland. Michael, the microphone. Okay, Michael, we don't hear you. Not yet. You need to switch on the microphone, Michael. There should be a button on your telephone. Oh, no, the video is off now. Okay, and Iveta is still something wrong with internet still. Okay, Iveta, try to switch on the microphone. Iveta, microphone. We don't hear you. Iveta, yes, Iveta is here. Okay, we've got one, and we're waiting for Michael later.
Okay, for first, I'm sorry because of my connection. Something is wrong right now in this room. That's why I have a video off. and I'm a president of European Business Club, and we are working on expanding. Do you hear me?
Ilieta. Something is wrong with the connection of Ilieta. All right.
Do you hear me?
If that doesn't work.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we cannot hear. Okay, try again. Try. No, don't press anything. Just try again because you're from time to time we don't hear you.
Yes, I will try to put Zoom on my mobile soon. I'm sorry. Do you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So what was the question, or
just tell us a little bit about the club in Croatia.
Okay, so I'm a president of European Business Club from Croatia. We are working on expanding connection between our country and all others. Our focus is on.
Yes, we hear you.
Do you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Our focus is on cultural exchange, and we have strong connections across the globe, especially in USA, China, Russia, South America, and so on. And we would like to expand our network more. Currently, our activities are stopped. We are working on promotions, on bigger promotion of our club like this. So, Natalia, thank you for inviting us.
All right. Okay, Ilieta, yes, if your activities are stopped right now, that is a good time to hear from the colleagues who did not stop activities, who continue even during the crisis to do something, and maybe you will get some ideas or some new projects for your club as well. Okay, Irina Shalabanova, we can see that Michael cannot connect his sound. He's somewhere in the field. So could you tell a little bit more about this Go East Club? What is about France, Switzerland, and you are representative of this club in Cyprus? Microphone, Irina? Microphone. There should be a button somewhere which switch on the microphone. Yes, now it is. Good.
Yeah. My name is Irina Shalabanova. I'm the club represent person in Cyprus. This is a Parisian business club. The Go East Parisian club was it's a private club founded in 2019. It's a new club.
A new club.
It's a new club, but the people who founded the club has a very, very successful and good experience. The club was founded by Michel Soyer and his partner, Elizabeth Wisłanska. The club activity is promote the culture and business relation.
Is it international club? It's based in France, in Paris, mainly.
Yes, in Paris. Yeah.
Okay. And the members of the club, they are people of different nationalities, I suppose.
Yes. Some people from USA, some people from the Sri Lanka, from Russia, from Ukraine. So I joined club beginning of the year. And we have a lot of plans in Cyprus because we planning to arrange the event in Cyprus, invite business people from Paris, from Switzerland, some investment banks. But now we have to wait because the time is really...
Yeah, time is not the best for face-to-face event, especially with traveling restrictions. Yes. Every 2 weeks here in Cyprus, we have the list of countries which are in category A, category B, and then you need to stay in quarantine for 2 weeks. So such type of events will not come back soon. And meanwhile, it's good to keep in contact at least
This
via
the
yeah,
club
via-
has a lot of events in Paris,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
club continue to work.
Mhm.
So better if the Michelle will be in the contact and
Yes.
tell
Yeah, but unfortunately we don't hear him. He needs to switch on his microphone. Mhm.
I have to
All
check.
right. Okay, thank you, Irina. At least we know a little bit about the club. And now I would like to come back to the mobile application, because I believe that for all of us, it's useful. For some of them interesting, for me definitely it's interesting, but for all of us it's definitely useful. The experience of our colleague Sotiris, who launched the mobile application, and Sotiris, it was done last year. Yes, so it's already something like about 1 year it works. How was your experience with this mobile application?
We found a company that had built something similar, but for sport teams, and they had put it on the side, and we heard about it. We approached them, and they agreed to develop something for us based on the needs of a club.
Mhm.
So it's something quite simple in its use, but this is what it's supposed to be. So we are sending all our communication through there, our newsletters, our invitations. With 2 clicks, they can, the meeting is in your calendar. You can see the profiles, the full profiles of all members, contact details. What else? Yeah, let me remember, because
Okay, but it seems to be very useful that you don't need
Fast
to
things.
upload contact details to specific websites to be accessible to everyone, but they are accessible to the club members only. Some information is private, so you can exchange only between your club members, knowing that it's not going to go somewhere outside. Yes,
Yes,
and the main thing is communication. Can you share with us approximately how much an application like this might cost when to develop?
Depends. Ours costed around 20,000 euros.
Oh, that's quite
Uh,
substantial cost.
It is, yes, it is. But listen, the only way to do it is if you see it as an investment,
Mhm.
because that's the only way because you don't make money out of the platform anyway.
Mhm.
So it's an investment, which, as I said at the beginning, it proved in times like these to be really valuable.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I think that today everybody needs to have some kind of digital presence. I mean, the website, I'm not sure it's enough anymore. There needs to be more. In my opinion, the next step for companies and for clubs like ours are data teams, to be able to work with experienced and specialized data people who can actually give you the leads, the information, the trends that you need to know in advance to deal with your audience, with your members.
Mhm. Mhm.
This it took like a year to build, a bit less than a year.
Mhm.
It was, it wasn't a painful experience.
Mhm.
Already we are
Okay.
getting positive feedback from the members.
Uh-huh. Thank you, Sotiris. We can all hear that Michael connected. So, Michelle, you're
Natalia,
connected.
can I say goodbye to everyone? I need to
Yes,
part.
Georgia.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much for hosting this. Keep us in mind, and thank you all, and nice meeting you all.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Georgia. We will stay here for
Take
20
care.
minutes more, and I'm recording this meeting, so I will send you a recorded end of the meeting, and you will know what happened after you left.
Thank you.
Thank you
you
for
very
joining
much.
us.
Bye.
Michael, Michelle, we can hear you.
Yes,
Can you tell
do you
us?
listen
Yes.
to me? Do you listen to me?
Yes. Okay, we can
I
hear
was
it.
always connected. I have to know I was hearing and my microphone was open.
I
Then,
see.
just to be quick because it takes a lot of time. So I'm managing 3 clubs in Paris. One is Go East Business Club. The second one is Koala Business Club on Australia. The third one is Cercle des Cinéastes Francine, so Circle of the Cinéastes of France, China. Because we are very active in the cinema and we're working with China, Russia, and these kind of countries. Then our topic is to meet up people and culture and business, because I feel the culture is the first step to business. So we are very active. And yesterday we had a dinner party at the British schedule, British time. It's called British High Tea. So we stop at 8:30 p.m. And the next one is next week. And we have upcoming programs like we will be in Gstaad, Switzerland for the New Year for a concert. Then we had the Versailles event, but it was cancelled, so it will take place next spring. They have decided so in the chateau. And we have a certain number of dinner parties and exhibition for contemporary art. And all that is a way of inviting business people to meet up and to ground confidence, which is to me the beginning of getting together, having a opportunity to work, and it's doing quite well. So Paris is a city with many international people, not at this time, of course, but still we have a certain number that live in Paris long term, so they come. We have a few French majority people from the rest of the world, and they like because they keep up, their reputation. Then we have a brother club, which is a Club des Leaders in Geneva, Luxembourg, Monaco, London. And I used to be the representative of this club for some years ago in Paris. It was, to my eyes, too classical because Geneva is the smallest of the big cities, and we wanted to be more creative. So to add up culture, not only speakers on political or economical subjects. Yesterday, for example, we had a presentation for Pierre Cardin on his culture side, so opera, theater, fashion, of course. And because this guy has spent fortunes to promote a certain lifestyle and culture of Italian, because Italian and French ground. So
Michelle,
we
most
quite.
of your, sorry to interrupt you. Most of your events, they are face-to-face events. So you don't have this online communication with your members, or you also have online events.
No.
Michelle? Okay. No sound, maybe no internet. Yes.
Online events during the lockout. We did, for example, contemporary sales on the online sales. We did that, but still people, they really want to meet up. So events, but the key that people are motivated for is to meet up, even if the schedule is shorter. Just because, when you have a list of points that you have to discuss, for example, now online, when it's over, it's over. But we consider that when we have discussed the subject on a face-to-face meeting, then when it's over, it is starting that people speak of other subject, side project, new ideas, and people usually find new opportunities.
Thank you, Michelle, for the introduction. I agree
New open
with
doors.
you that
So that's a big limit of digital events. So
nothing can replace face-to-face event. I think all of us will agree with this. But given circumstances now, we need to find a way also to arrange the communication and cooperation between us and between our club members on an online atmosphere. And now my question is open to all of us, to all of those people who introduce their clubs, to everyone who is listening to us now. What are the major activities that you would like us to try to do together? What can be done? And especially my question, of course, for Daniel, for Sotiris, who have this international presence.
It's very easy. We have a tremendous program, so we can, cross the agendas and be happy to welcome you members in our events. As everybody assumed that, for example, Paris or Switzerland, places people want to go to, and at the reverse, that's what we're going to do with Cyprus. With Irina, we'll be happy to propose people to take the plane and spend some days in in Cyprus, both for business and for tourism, of quality, of course. So I think that if you want to set up a network of clubs, the only idea is exchange of information, of agenda, and of members. You know, and as you know, very settled clubs of the past. I mean, the 18th, 19th century. We have a lot in Paris, like Automobile Club de France, Cercle Interallié, for example, and they all have agreements with major clubs in England, in UK, in USA. And as you are a member of these clubs, you can be welcome as a member in other countries, and so you have all the advantages. And it is a big motivation to become a member, because you have a real value added. When you have the card of a club, you have several cards in your pocket, in a way. And I should promote the idea of cross-fertilization.
Michelle, we don't hear you. Michelle? All right.
Marketing.
Michelle, something is wrong with sound. We cannot hear you well. But the idea, I understood the idea of Michelle is, and this idea is proved by years, is to have, to exchange our members. So if, for example, a member of a club from Cyprus or France go to each other, so they can attend events. Okay, Daniel, Sotiris, Iveta, do you have any other suggestions? What do you have in mind? Michael made a great suggestion. So when everything back to normal and we can travel, from my side, I'm open. Any of your members can come and join one of our events free of charge on my cost. I will be very glad to welcome them. We will see when the traveling will resume. What else? Sotiris, Daniel, your microphone is on.
Well, we are now in the situation of, well, in the moment of recreation of the club, honestly, because we were waiting, let's say, from the summertime that will be going to be open, the restaurants and bars, because we were meeting always in the during the lunches and dinners and breakfasts, and every was the good excuse to eat and meet people and talk and invite somebody. So, as I said, the value is the point to generate. So we are now in the semi-lockdown here in Barcelona and Catalonia, because okay, Madrid has the state of emergency, but the restaurants and hotels are open, and here is no states of the emergency, but everything the gastronomic sector is locked. So we are still, so we were waiting for this, and the uncertainties are coming up. So I think, and what we are talking is like something we are thinking about a little bit of shifting the club, and also shifting, let's say, our be more open in our admission criteria, let's say. So we were only focused on top decision makers, and what we see that we need to be more open, and to open for more options to join the club. Okay, so we want to make it more open for freelancers, for let's say, because the top management is, I don't know, it's difficult to, it's always was, but even now the top management is less, let's say, less accessible. This is, I think, it's one of the club problems, and the time. This is the time problem. Okay, it's
yeah, it is a matter of the time, maybe, and it's also a matter of the mood, because now they're saving their companies, they have a lot of worries, and maybe they just put aside a little bit of communication. Although what I see from Cyprus is opposite, and now they have a little bit more time. They need to have new ideas, to hear what other people do. As Georgia was telling us, they're coming to exchange their ideas, exchange the experience. Maybe they can find new ways of managing this crisis.
Our main competitor is LinkedIn today. We met everybody in LinkedIn, so I think it's one of the main competitors is LinkedIn. And so I don't know. It's we source the LinkedIn and we do things in LinkedIn, but in the same time, everybody can do anything and contact with anything. So what I was saying before, so we are thinking about a little bit more, let's say, converting us more in like intelligent business intelligence part of the club have to offer. No, it's like something which is not that more accessible, and this is the main question. What is the knowledge they need or contacts they need that we can provide? And this is the
True. I understand what you mean. So Tilis, what you can to contribute, and maybe to comment what Daniel is saying, but also from your experience?
I have somehow a different view. I think that the clubs should stay as they are, at the level they are. The admission filters, I mean, okay, in our case, we are not considering of changing. What we've seen, and Georgia is not here to share also with you, when we started the club in Greece back in 2009, it was right after the Lehman Brothers crisis. So everybody was saying that, you know, we're kind of crazy starting a project at the beginning of an international global crisis. What we learned back then, and we see it happening today, is that in difficult times, leaders need the exclusivity and the bonding even more than any other time. In good times, this is nice to have. In challenging times, it can save lives, careers, money, time, all these things. So in my opinion, this is what we are selling. We are selling time, we are selling value, we are selling the assurance that the person that we sit in the table with you, or you see in this group, has been checked by us, and it's somebody you can very quickly set up build a relationship with in order to do business, become friends, do whatever.
Yeah, it's a matter of trust, because we are discussing quite sensitive issues during the meeting, which the business owners, they are on the same level and the same wave, let's say. While if you would be having mixed club where there are employees and employers, that might create some misunderstanding.
I don't, again, maybe in Spain it's a different environment. I'm not saying that what works in Romania works everywhere. So I'm just saying that what we have seen so far is that people still need the exclusivity, not in terms of the exclusivity per se, but in terms of being sure that the people who are sitting with them or in front of them are the people they can share with and they can take meaningful advice from. This is the exclusivity I'm talking about. Please don't misunderstand me.
I see.
Especially in Romania, people are very simple and very normal and very down to earth. No matter if the business is the huge multinational, doesn't matter. They are very okay.
Yes, they communicate. Iveta, when we met in person, she was telling to me that a lot of her club members are people from hotel industry, from tourism industry in Croatia. And we were even discussing that the people from this industry, they're in the same boat now. All the tourism industry in the world is suffering. What else, Iveta, in which other industries you think people could communicate and cooperate?
Well, for Croatia, and we are very active in industries like tourism, of course, gastronomy. I'm also interested in some technology, softwares or something else, because my profession is designer, marketing, and everything. So I'm interested in some tech solutions to work on, maybe some applications or something. But you know, mostly we would like to connect people on some kind of more private events. We were planning to do some conference, European Business Conference, regarding some, you know, industry, but I'm not sure if this is the way we would like to work now. Maybe in future we will see. So we are open in many industries to cooperate further. As I talked with Natalia, because currently I'm in Cyprus, So that was a nice time to meet Natalia in person. We talked about maybe make some cooperation between, I don't know, Cyprus, Croatia, and maybe Russia to improve our tourism sector and maybe to connect more Cyprus and Croatia, which is not currently so connected.
Yeah, and they know very little of each other. I mean, businessmen in Cyprus, they know very little of Croatia and they live in Croatia, and not everyone visited Cyprus, so they may exchange some experiences.
But for expanding and exploring more unusual possibilities and connect people from all on the first as we look, which are not like connected. You never know what happens.
Thank you, Iveta. So I would like to summarize our first initial, just our first opportunity to see each other and to meet each other. I would like to summarize, first of all, by thanking all of you for joining today's event. And we can see that although we don't know each other yet very well, we have similar questions and similar challenges to face. What I will do after our meeting, I will share with you the link to video of this meeting as soon as I will upload it online. So those who could not stay with us longer and until the end can watch the rest of the meeting. But it also will be good for all of us to brainstorm a little bit, and I will find a way to communicate to you via email or maybe on a later stage in the WhatsApp group. So we can brainstorm a little bit, we can share the ideas. And if any one of you would like to comment something, to have a feedback or to have some final statements, you're most welcome to add them now, and including Kostas and Charles, who are members of our Cyprus Club, if they want to contribute something to this conversation, the floor is yours. Kostas.
Okay, definitely this is a very interesting effort, Natalia. I need to congratulate you for that. In these difficult times, being able to talk to so many people in different countries and connect, I can only see opportunities personally. I think we should try and reinforce that and see what else we can do, even at these difficult times where we have to see each other over a screen. I think this has been very useful, and thank you very much. Thank you.
All right. I need to say that Kostas is a specialist in banking system, and he represents in Cyprus one of the strongest Swiss bank, EFG Bank. So his expertise in our club is a banking expertise, and I would like to give the floor, the speech, possibility to speak to Charles Meady, who is an expert in port industry and everything related to ports and shipping. What do you think, Charles?
It's been a fantastic initiative to bring so many different clubs together to listen to the different experiences from the COVID and how the clubs have managed their time. It seems that some of the clubs have different flavors on how they operate, which is fascinating for me to understand. I do very much like the idea to have these reciprocal opportunities, obviously for when the time comes when we can travel again, but maybe there's a way to find a way through that before that to meet more club members through this networking opportunity. So from my perspective, really good hour to listen and to learn, and thank you very much, everyone.
All right, thank you, Charles. Dear friends, our time, we are trying to be exactly, it's 3:58, so we have 2 minutes for me to say goodbye to you. Our time is over, but our communication is not. And I thank you for being here, and we will find a way. First of all, I will connect to every one of you. We will write an email where all the email addresses will be, so you can communicate to each other if you don't know each other. And let's think what can be done for the benefit of our club and benefit of our members. With this, I want to say that the event is formally over. Yes, Daniel.
If you can add 1 minute, there is I don't know if you know, Natalia, especially, if you know Mural application.
No.
Please check the Mural application. This is like a white storyboard that everybody can contribute in ideas. There's a lot of templates. So we are using in Agile the storyboards, well, the whiteboards, and it would be good to put like this is 24 hours available. So if you could put, for example, like I don't know, idea canvas, mapping ideas, design thinking, something that we could go through, throwing ideas of how we can work on how we can, let's say, cooperate, because now we are leaving the meeting and it's done, and everybody will forget in 10 minutes that we were attending this meeting. So to keep this, let's say, to keep the continuous cooperation in finding ideas, maybe it would be nice to put this mural on, add us as a contributor somehow, to make us work during next, I don't know, 1-2 weeks, and then meet again and discuss something already. Okay, we can, Natalia.
I support very much practical ideas and the action plan. It sounds like an action plan.
If you need, we can, Natalia, I can let's say support you to
yes, I will need your advice
to set up this mural or other things that that we can start working, because talking discussion is good, we are learning each other and everything, it's nice, but what's always experience from the meeting is that close the door and I am in a different world now. So so this is one of my suggestions.
All right, any other comments before we conclude? No, but today's enough. Look, it's 4 o'clock exactly, at least on my watches. Thank you